Even though the Waterloo Ion LRT system has been operational since June 2019, and getting to Ion system is a journey of less than 2 hours for me, until this day I had not traveled there to see it in action. Today I finally made the trip, did a bit of filming, and observed Ion close up. The Waterloo Ion is an urban light rail transit system with 19 kilometers of trackage in Phase 1. It covers 25 stations, with all of them being within the city of Waterloo, Ontario. Presently, the northernmost station under Phase 1 is situated at Conestogo Mall, and the southernmost station is located at Station Fairway. My overall impression of Ion was very positive. It looks amazingly modern, it was beautiful to watch, and it was very quiet. From my vantage point of around 15 feet from the tracks, it was exceedingly difficult to capture the sounds of Ion in action. Ion was so relatively quiet that it was difficult to capture its sound over the background noises of the city and those of the level crossing bells. Even while turning the 90-degree corner at my location, it was almost silent, with only the very slightest squealing of wheels, and even that only very occasionally. This was my only disappointment with Ion, tongue-in-cheek obviously. I had hoped to capture audio of Ion's power systems, electric and electronic controllers at work, traction motors working hard, but extraordinary little sounds could be heard at all. This Grand River Transit system map includes all of the GRT routes, including buses. The Ion LRT route for Phase 1 is shown in the blue dotted lines, with, as mentioned above, the two terminal points being Conestogo Mall Station in the north and the Fairway Station in the south. The distance between these terminal stations, as the crow flies, is about 11 kilometers. Phase 2 of Ion has already been the focus of very considerable planning, including the development of a detailed proposed route that will eventually take Ion beyond its present-day southern terminal point of Fairway Station to a new end of track in the city of Cambridge, another 12.5 kilometers southeast as the crow flies. Currently, Ion frequency is said to be 10 minutes between trains, and ridership is reported to be around 25,000 passengers daily. Eventually, frequency is predicted to drop down to 7.5 minutes between trains, thus providing riders with even shorter wait times. Some forward thinkers in the Waterloo area, leaders in local government, leaders in business and industry, and in the agricultural sector, saw LRT as a bulwark against uncontrolled urban sprawl that might threaten to spread into the rich farmland surrounding the city. Seeing that 4 of the 7 municipalities comprising the region of Waterloo consist of valuable agricultural land, they believed that an LRT solution would tend to concentrate growth in the urban core of the region and thus help protect the valuable farmland and agricultural heritage. Those 4 agriculturally intensive municipalities are Wellesley, Woolwich, Wilmot, and North Dumfries. Ion was designed to support and promote sustainable urban development, give residents an efficient and friendly mode of transport, and reduce road congestion. The City of Waterloo created an interesting video presentation on the Ion development, with some of the above-mentioned leaders speaking about the project and why it was felt to be necessary. I found it to be well crafted, and a link to it appears in the description. Waterloo's Ion system has 5 Flexity segments in each train set. Operators can change the number of segments in a Flexity train set. Currently, a single rider fare is $3.75 Canadian for a one-time ride for adults. It is payable in a number of ways, including via a fare vending machine at the stations, using Grand River Transit's Easy Go fare payment card, and by corporate pass holder card, or by multi-fare ride card. Ion's riders can access Grand River Transit's online map system to identify where trains are located. That said, with time between trains targeted at intervals of only 10 minutes, the arrival time of the next train was not an issue for me. The real-time location mapping is available for desktop users. I was unable to identify a mobile app for this system. One of the most significant challenges that Waterloo encountered was the need to rebuild/relocate several types of subsurface infrastructure along much of the Ion route. City officials do admit that this was a pretty big challenge, and one which caused a considerable amount of inconvenience during construction. Building out Ion could not be accomplished by laying down new track without regard to what was underneath the surface of the ground, and this challenge is not one that was unique to Ion in Waterloo. Once the Ion roadbed was in place, it would be expensive, impractical, and frankly, virtually impossible in many cases to access and service such existing infrastructure. Thus, municipal services like potable water supply piping, sewage and drainage piping, natural gas piping, electrical supply cabling, and communications trunks, to name but a few, had to be excavated and relocated away from the proposed ion roadbed. It was a huge and costly undertaking.